Hi there, this is the video on the second part of the worksheet where we are graphing functions given the gradient function. So we're going backwards. In this worksheet it is very important that you actually look at the 0 point of each of these graphs when the gradient is 0, because that will tell you that you have got a turning point. So you've either got a turning point going up or a turning point going down. Now what we're going to look at first is we know that this here is now a turning point. We're going from a positive gradient to a negative gradient. Well, when you go from a positive gradient to a negative gradient, that means you're going from a positive gradient to a negative gradient. That means you must have a maximum. So at that point there you have a maximum. So I know that I have got a maximum at that point there. Right, so I am going from coming up here, that is positive. What I mean by positive is it is positive along the y-axis. That means the value of the gradient is positive. It's quite highly positive here, coming less so down to here where it is 0. So the gradient is highly positive, which means it comes down this way. And this one here, the gradient is negative, so it's now going downhill, which means this. Okay, now we have the function, and that is the gradient function. So it's actually 1 power up. Now this one here, we know that we have a turning point here, that we've got a gradient of 0 there, so we've got either a minimum or a maximum. It's going to happen there. This one here, because we've got only a single point there, and we have got a negative gradient coming down, and then we've got a positive gradient, we've got a positive gradient all the way along here. It's positive, and then it goes to a 0, then it's still positive, because looking at the values along the y-axis, so this gradient all the way along here is actually positive. So if the gradient is positive and highly positive, it's got to be positive, so it's going uphill. I know that it comes to a 0 at that point there, and it carries on going uphill. So this one here is actually a cubic. Right, I will carry on with the other ones in a later